Good morning, gang. How are ya? It's Mob Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. Happy Sunday morning. Just woke up. As you can tell, my hair is sticking up all over the place. I made a cup of coffee, though. Got a cup of coffee going. Edgar Reyes, good morning. How are you? How are you? Figured, hey, I'm hanging out. Might as well just say hi to my peeps, at least for a few minutes before I get to doing stuff. Yesterday, I didn't get a lot done in the fish room. So I got to get that done today. I got my grocery shopping done, got all that stuff done, but I didn't get my fish room stuff done. And I'd like to go out today. I need. I'm great. I am absolutely fantastic, Edgar. Buenos dias, mi amigo. A little Espanol there, and not good Spanish, but some Spanish. And so there you go. I miss going to Mexico a lot. I used to be married to a Mexican girl, and I love me some Mexico. And I don't like going to the tourist places. That's where a lot of people love to go. I don't. I would rather go where the people are and experience the culture. I'm throwing up. I'm throwing up this impromptu live stream up on a couple of sites so maybe people can come and join us. I have a report I have to have done for tomorrow. There you see Bolo's tail. And Bolo, I woke up like at my normal time, and I took him for a quick walk at about 3:30. And then probably about a half hour ago, he started waking me up. So made myself a pot of Joe, fed him his medicine. Life is good. And life is good all the way around. I really have to get more aquariums set up today. Don't even ask me why I didn't get that done yesterday. I didn't. It's I have everything ready to go. I just for whatever reason, uh, it's I didn't get it done. I just didn't get it done. You guys get what you need done this weekend? I got the grocery shopping done. It's a payday week, so I go out and get all the grocery shopping, except for like incidentals during the week, like picking up some veggies and junk like that. Uh, I ordered some baby brine shrimp, and I'll see if I paid for it on like because of my weird schedule. I paid for it at 4 a.m. on Monday, but as of this moment, or as of yesterday afternoon, they hadn't collected the money yet. I have about a week's worth of baby brine shrimp eggs ready to go. So, but I hate the idea of not giving my fish BBS. The only time I do not give my fish BBS is when, I'm on vacation. If I'm on vacation for a couple of days out of town, obviously I'm not giving it to them. So they'll go, if I zip out of town for a few days, it'll be like 4 days without baby brine shrimp, 4 or 5 days. So life is good. What else is going on in the hood? I just Bolo's here inspecting stuff. He's real busy this morning. Does he want to come up? We'll find out. He's now looking up. He's now like, he'll scratch my leg when he wants to come up. He doesn't quite jump up. Other than that, yeah, let's see here. The fish look great. Uh, it's I actually went and have dreams about fish, and I had dreams about water changes. And one of my buddies who keeps aquariums, he's a good guy. When he does his water change, he pulls everything out. Yeah, I don't do. I told him I don't do that. I don't do that at all. It get some more coffee here. I don't drink coffee throughout the day. I'm more of just like I like down it first thing in the morning. Ah, that's good. So, what do you guys have going on Sunday? Some of you, I'm sure, are going to go to your house of worship. Some of you went yesterday. Some of you went on Friday, just depending on what faith you follow. Some of you will just be, doing what I'm doing. I actually opened up my Word document to get ready to do my deal. That's good. Craigo, what's up? What is up? What is up indeed? Yeah, I got some coffee going, etc. Give me a moment and I'll be right back. Okay? Give me a moment. You'll probably see Bolo's tail. Sorry, gang, I had to do something that occasionally people have to do in the morning. Chewy, what's up, Lunatic Fringe? If you're here, please say hi. And yeah, so big day. I have to do a report for my office every day. Every work day, I have to turn it in. So I always do it the night before, mainly because I got junk to do at the office. Does anybody have to do like a daily report at the office? I don't mind doing it, by the way. It's fine. Um, I used to have a boss back in the day, the guy at a corporate level, and I had to do a weekly report. And excellent, excellent, Chewy. So I had to do a weekly report, which I found way more tedious. I had a boss at corporate. I know, Alishan, I know, that had a Monday meeting with the CEO of the company. And he had to report on all the cities he was in control of, and he wanted to know exactly what was going on. So by Sunday, he wanted a report of everything that happened at the property. I mean, everything. I sprayed. Um, yeah, the coffee. I'll tell you something here, gang. Someone brought food into the office on Friday, and I've been running to the restroom pretty regularly all weekend long. TMI, TMI, and that ain't the first time this morning. I actually did that. Had my moment of avoiding solids at 3:30. At when I woke up now close to an hour ago. And I have yet to make breakfast, so I'll do that when we're done. Yeah, so this guy wanted this report and he wanted everything. So it's and he wanted it in points. And my average report had sometimes 35 points. It would take me 2-3 hours to get done. This report that I'll do today, if everything goes smoothly, it'll be about an hour. Not the end of the world. And so I'll go and get that done. It's the wonders of middle management. I've been in middle management since I've been about 20 years old. Never quite made it into the higher level. Good enough for middle. I can handle responsibility. I'm a good problem solver. But I've never quite gotten to that executive level yet. Maybe someday I will. But I'm pretty happy with my job, and I'm happy with the fish, with the dog here. I mean, it's good. I reached out. I decided that when Bolo says goodbye, and my dog, by the way, for those who don't know, he's 13. He has congestive heart failure. He was given a year to live. He was given a year to live almost 2 years ago. So it's so he's doing okay. I hope he's around. I really love the little guy, except he's deaf. That's problematic. It's just our communication level has changed. Now it's all nonverbal, and he's actually quieter now. He was never a loud dog. Sometimes you have a little dog like this, and they're loud, they're barky and yippy. He really has never been that way. It's when he was, before he went deaf, he would yip at you if he wanted to go out for a walk or he wanted to eat. Now he just looks at you funny. Now that and he does hear a little bit, but you have to yell. You left middle management, had to take BS from above and below, decided to stay in the shadows. Yeah, no, that's the problem. Is that when you're in middle management, that's what happens. Is that I took this job just about 2 years ago, and it and I came on board, and I had one problem child who had been there forever. So it was, but the problem child sort of took care of itself. It quit after about not even quite a year there, or it was just shy of a year of me being on board. But I mean, was just difficult. We've never done it that way before. Why are you telling us to do it this way? We don't like doing it that way. We want to do it this way. We like the way we do our jobs. We don't want to, and that's not why I was hired. I was hired to change the culture. And then I had somebody I really liked, but he went sideways on me, and he left. He turned into a problem where he wasn't. So there you go. No, I don't know what happened to Charles. What's going on? Yeah, it's uh I love the dog. I love the idea of it. So I'm moving to my childhood dog. I'm getting a Brittany. It's I reached out to a breeder and just said, "Hey, probably this fall." And I said what I want to do with it. Bolo was sort of a show dog that never quite got was good enough. Oh, yeah. A lot of people lost fish and stuff. What was it, Jeff Rose? Someone told me that Jeff Rose lost his fish room completely because of a power outage. No, let me tell you, last week, when it was, 2 weeks ago, Monday night got down to 14 below zero in Joplin, Missouri. Now, I only lost power here for about an hour. They did rolling blackouts on the day it was 14 below. And I got home at for my lunch break about 10 a.m. and the power obviously had been off. My aquariums went from 76, 78, depending on where they are in the rack for whatever reason. Center ones are warmer than the outer ones. Is that he is that my house was like 55 degrees. My the Amica splendens doesn't matter because they're a cold water fish. In fact, if it's in the higher 60s, they're happy campers. Doug Gray, what's up? Petroman 1185. Morning. That's I'm familiar with Charles at Goodyear Farms. In fact, I think he's a Facebook friend of mine. JETS, 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 Jets. My ex-wife, for Jets fans, she was a salaried staffer for a temp agency in accounting. So she basically would go in and do 6-month projects, 3-month projects, at different companies around the New York area. And one of the companies she did stuff for was the New York Jets. And this is back where she was actually doing the accounting around the PSLs for MetLife Stadium. And she loved it. She wasn't the second string quarterback. She was there. A little Spanish lingo for you, Edgar, is that she referred to, now my mind's going blank, the coach around 2010 for Ryan, not Rob Ryan, the other Ryan, Rex Ryan. She referred to Rex Ryan. She knows his name. She just called him the Gordo, which is the fat guy in Spanish. And so there you go. PSLs are a huge ripoff. Absolutely a huge ripoff. I have a friend of mine. Do you really keep friends who are Dallas Cowboys fans? Sorry if you're a Cowboys fan. It's but I have a buddy of mine who he got his PSLs when the Cowboys opened up that new stadium, and it was like a ridiculous amount of money. Ridiculous. Cup of coffee, a little bit of sugar. I don't do fancy coffee. I do Folgers that I get at Sam's Club. You get that big, huge thing for $10. The lasts, about a month and a half. I don't make really strong coffee. People have referred to it as coffee like tea. Some people make it real strong. I don't. That's good. Yeah, Rex Ryan, he has a foot fetish with his wife. Got hooked on chocolate flavored creamers about 2 years ago. I'll occasionally, Doug, get a creamer, and I usually get the caramel. You can't find them in stores now for 2 months. I'll occasionally pick one of those things up. It's a couple of times a year. In fact, I don't think I've had one in the last 6 months. So check that. I had one, I think, in November when they came out with the peppermint ones. International Delight Reese's PB. Yeah. I bet that's good. I'll try that one. Yeah, because normally, gang, when I get up, I get up at 3:45 is when my alarm goes off. And I get up, make a pot of coffee, set up the brine shrimp, give Bolo his medicine, take him for a walk. I drink my coffee. Eat something breakfast wise. If I get up a little early during the weekdays, I'll make eggs. Alishan has no alarm. Yeah, see, there you go. And so that's good. I'm pro that. So I get up and do, what I need to do and go on from there. My dad was an early riser. My sister is an early riser. My brother, not so much. My dad was, even after being retired, my mom would sleep in. My dad was like the guy who would be up at 6 a.m. on the money, no alarm needed. Get up, get the newspaper. He was old, so he got a newspaper. And then made a pot of coffee and drank coffee and would occasionally. My old man loved himself some. His cereal of choice was Honey Bunches of Oats, and my dad died of dementia. Wow, it's going on I think 3 years, and I Yeah, I miss my parents. Anybody who's old enough, and my parents weren't that old when they died. Now you'll sit there and say, well, your dad was 84 and your mom was 77, 78. And my mom, excuse me, was going to be 79. She was going to be 79. Here's why they weren't old. And and my mom's parents lived. Her mother lived to 93. Her father lived to 89. My dad, I guess 84 seems to be the running thing on my dad's side of the family. So there you go. No work, no alarm. Problem is, I got up for 35 years, 5 to 5:30. Can't sleep any later after 3 years of retirement. I'm pro, by the way. I'm very much in favor of I when the time comes for me to retire, which is probably about 15 years from now. Uh, my deal is, uh, I have a feeling I'm going to be getting up early. I moved from this early type hour stuff to a normal 9 to 5. I did that for a few years, and I did not. It took me a long time to sleep till 6 a.m. every day. It just took me forever. So I did this. Is that I was living in the East Coast and I moved to the West Coast. It's not as easy as you think. And the first couple of months, the ex-wife and I would be like, 7 p.m. We're exhausted. 10 p.m. Eastern time. And I can remember being to sleep, and I was working 9 to 5. I can remember going to sleep at 7 p.m. And the second act of retirement might impact you when you wake up each day. Maybe do voiceover stuff and pick your times to work. I'll tell you what, with the voiceover stuff, I do some voiceover stuff. They sort of come in as they come in. It really is. You get auditions and they give you like a 1 hour deal to get them back. Chewy and Dolly Parton did a song about 9 to 5. Very good. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, when I get to the retirement thing, I don't know what I'm going to do to keep myself busy because it's just my dad read a book a day for years in retirement. If you'd go visit my parents, they were just all they had going on in the background is they would just be reading TV and then they would turn on the news, then they would read. And my dad, for the first about year of retirement, he kept buying books and he kept like sending me boxes of books. Oh, you'll love these. These are good. He sent them to my brother and sister as well. Then he realized there's something called the public library where you can take out a book for free. So he started doing that. Yeah, 75 tanks will be busier than you are nowadays. You see, there you go. Yeah, generally these musicians, to be the background singer, the lady background singer, they're always usually pretty attractive women, even if the singer's meatloaf. I don't know what they do with. I feel sorry for women who are. What would be the best way to say it? Architecturally disadvantaged. But if you can get background singers that look like Gal Gadot, hook me up. By the way, Gal Gadot is my favorite in the entire world. She is a specimen, willowy and all that good stuff. So my let's see here. Yeah, it if you ever looked at the women on stage with Prince, it ooh, coffee. Bolo, if you can yeah, Lisa and Wendy. It was Kat, of course, Sheila E. It the two twins there that were at the Super Bowl. Good times. Apollonia, yeah. Yeah, Lemmy, everybody loved Lemmy. It's have you ever watched on YouTube Lemmy's funeral? It's absolutely fantastic, especially Dave Grohl. Unbelievable. It's when I die, can someone get Dave Grohl to give my eulogy? Yeah, Lemmy looked like he would have been a monster fish guy in the hobby. Favorite thing is, yeah, I'll give. I won't give the whole story, but it's so Dave Grohl was telling about that he went into the bar that Lemmy was at all the time to go see Lemmy, and he's having a drink with Lemmy, and all of a sudden a waitress comes up and hands Lemmy his mail because Lemmy's mail all went to the bar. That's it's think about Lemmy for a second here, gang. This is a guy who talk about a character. Talk about a character. The drummer, backed up Motorhead, friend of yours. He has played with Alice Cooper, Uriah Heep, etc. Alice Cooper has a heck of a career. Thanks, Chewy, for getting us onto music. Uh, Seemingly, this guy just keeps going. The A lot of musicians, by the way, and stand-up comedians. I think Dennis Miller did this last night, where he was actually doing. You could see him in concert doing stand-up online, and yeah, Triple H spoke at Lemmy's funeral. Yeah, thanks, Doug. uh, Ace of Spades, one of my favorite songs, is on my playlist. And also Lemmy's cover of God Save the Queen, his cover of Heroes, the David Bowie song. So so now these acts are beginning to do their things purely online because, it's really funny. You think these guys would go in, these musicians, and especially these big acts, you would think that they would have made more money than they know what to do with. And obviously, some of them have spent every penny of it as it came in. Because you look at Fleetwood Mac having to go on tour. And yeah, it's not a pretty sight, baby. Not a pretty sight at all. I think some of these people spend it as quickly as they get it. And it's like Johnny Depp having like 20 houses. I don't think Jeff Bezos has 20 houses. You can only have so many. The cost of keeping them up has to be ridiculous. Get the idea of 2 or 3 if you're that successful. Makes sense. You have a place south of France, you have a place maybe in LA, and maybe to get out of LA or New York City, a place like Nashville or someplace like that makes all the sense in the world. But when you start getting into that many properties, it's just bizarre. Because I don't know what you do with it all. When do you go there? It's I don't know about you, but I begin to worry about what happens at my home when I'm not here. Can you imagine having that many properties? You have to be thinking about what's going on there at all those places. You had to cut back just to one house. That's what I've got. I got one house, enough to worry about. If I hit the lottery, I still would only have one house. That's it. Wouldn't necessarily have to be that big. My fish room, on the other hand, epic. If I had a fish room, it would be all loaded up. I would do that full time. Bolo's here. He's sleeping away. Let's see if you can get a shot of him. There he is, completely out. You have a Rusty Wessel type fish house. Exactly. Lemmy and Slash with Dave Grohl. You can't go wrong with Dave Grohl. Rearranging what's in the tanks. Believe me, I need to get that done. Got to get that done. All right, gang. Thank you for joining me. I've got to get junk done around the house. You all have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow night. We'll do our live stream normal time. Adios, amigos.